boys of class 6. If you look back at the assignment that I have given you, that is assignment number 7, we've done integers there. So what I'm going to do here is the introduction to the chapter on integers. We've already come across the word integers when we've done the different types of numbers. For example, when we have done natural numbers, whole numbers, prime numbers, even numbers, odd numbers, etc. So there we had come across this word integers, where we were writing integers as I or as a Z. Now looking at integers, we have to first understand what is a number line. This is something that we've done in class 2 when we were learning how to add. And when I look at the natural numbers, how it is denoted in a number line, we know that a natural number which is written with a capital N stands for all those numbers which begin from 1. We also used to call it the counting numbers. So when I look at this number line, you can see that our number line actually is beginning from 1 and moving on to a higher number towards the right. But at the same time, you can also see that there is an arrow here. The arrow actually denotes that these numbers go to infinity, or they carry on and on. Similarly, if I look at whole numbers, which is written with a capital W, whole numbers begin from 0. So in our number line, the number line actually starts from 0 and moves towards the right. Moving on to our integers. Now in our integers, we've already said integers consist of positive numbers, negative numbers, and a 0. Now, looking at this, the number line, you can see very clearly that these are the positive numbers, these are the negative numbers, and in the middle we have a 0. The 0 is neither negative nor positive. We call it a neutral. We call it a neutral number. 0 is also called a mirror line. Now why do we call it a mirror line? If you place a mirror here and have a look at it from the other side, you will see that 1 comes first on the mirror, followed by 2, 3, 4, and so on. That's why we are calling it a mirror line. Anything to the right of the 0, these are all positive numbers, and anything to the left of 0 will be all negative numbers. So from here we can clearly see that positive numbers, negative numbers, and the number 0 actually makes up the integers. Use of integers. I see a problem here. Okay. Now, where and when do we use integers? Usually comes in the form of profit or a loss. Let's say you buy something for 3 rupees and you sell it for 4 rupees. We understand that you have made a profit of 1 rupee. But let's say you buy something for 1 rupee and then you sell it at a loss of 2 rupees. So you will have to go back and see. You can see that you land up at -1. Yeah, another way of looking at it. Suppose you have 4 marbles with you and you have to give your friend 1 marble. Okay, so you have 4 marbles with you and you are giving away 1 marble. which automatically means that you are left with 3 marbles. Let's take another case. You have 4 marbles with you, but you have to give away, let's say, 6 marbles to your friend. Now, logically or practically speaking, when you have 4 marbles with you, it is not possible for you to give 6 marbles. So, the subtraction this time becomes -6. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So, you are, in other words, you are running short by 2 marbles. Moving on. Some of the important things to remember in integers. Now, when I look at this number line, what is important for us is, I've shown it with an arrow here, as we move towards the right, the numbers become bigger and bigger. So, moving, let's say, from 1 to 2, we are moving to the right. So, the number, as we move on, it becomes bigger and bigger. Similarly, over here, if you start moving to the right from -3, that means these numbers become bigger and bigger. On the other hand, if you move towards the left, the numbers become smaller and smaller. Let's say we start moving from 5 towards the left, the number automatically becomes smaller. You can see this very clearly. I've given you some examples of this, looking at the number line. 5 is more than 2. 5 is more than 2 because 5 is on the right hand side of 2. The same thing can also be said. 2 is smaller than 5 because 2 is on the left of 5. So that's a simple way of doing it. Similarly, if you look at another example, 1 is more than 0. 1 is more than 0 and 0 is less than 1. So it depends on which side. If it is on the right hand side, automatically it's a bigger number. If it is on the left hand side, it's automatically a smaller number. So with this, I end today's episode. We will do much more on integers in the next episode. Thank you.